What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? People of all ages and all that other stuff. Hard conversations. Why child support doesn't help most children. Um, there was an old video, close to a year ago, um, saying, should should fathers have a say so in how mothers spend child support? And I looked at it and I laughed, because the same old arguments were made, and I understand that. But partly, Nefertiti was happening, more was going on, Ernest. Miss Jazzy was popping. But um, I decided, it's time to have an uncomfortable conversation about why child support doesn't help most children. What's up, Black Caesar? Rule number one, people use bills as an excuse. L.A.R. what's popping? You know, I've been hearing that statement for years and years and years. I gotta pay rent, I gotta pay the light bill, I gotta pay the water bill, I gotta pay cable, I gotta pay the car note, I gotta pay the car insurance. Sorry, my lady was calling me. Hold on. So what winds up happening is, everything's good. Yeah, it's been a while. What's up? Long Savage was popping. So what winds up happening is this. All of these bills got to be paid. And people use that, what I think is a silly excuse, because those bills had to be paid before kids was born. If you was an adult and having kids. Champ was popping. So to use bills as an excuse is why most of these kids don't have, why most of these kids don't, child support doesn't help most kids. It's because we're not talking about, what do they call it, the pork or whatever? When you talk about politics. See, because nails and hair is a bill too. Clothes is a bill too. I gotta buy myself some clothes so I can make sure I'm presentable at work. I gotta make sure I get my hair done, so I can be presentable at work. I gotta make sure my nails is done so I can be presentable for my job. This gets into the way of most kids. So because it comes up as one of the excuses. When I can't, the kid need this, that, and the third, X, Y, and Z. Well, I can't I don't have any money because I got to pay my bills. These bills, I got credit card bills, I got this bill, that bill. So ultimately, child support is not even helping the kid because it's paying bills. And people act as though, well, if it's paying his bills, it takes care of the kid. So you mean to tell me when you were a kid, because your parents paid the electricity, that was it? Now if and the irony of this is, if there's money specifically set aside to help the kid and that money is going elsewhere, and it's justifiable that the bills, that sounds like you living above your means. That sounds like, you were behind on your bills before these kids showed up. You were behind, you were, living, below check to check before these kids showed up. Now it's just an extra bill that got in the way. And people don't want to, say, okay, but the kids made it worse. What's up, NC worker? Well, for who? For who? Kyle, what's popping? So now, you live in a society, you're looking around, you're seeing people do this, that, and the third, we're going to get y'all, that's cold-blooded. Brian, what's going on, fam? I see that. I see that, Florlane. I'm tired. You see, my words are slurred. Thanks, Ema. So now we're in this situation where bills. But when this kid turns a certain age, this is where the hypocrisy and the lie comes out. Oh, you don't have these bills now that you're not getting child support? You didn't have, what now? You know, same house, same apartment, same townhome. But now it's like, oh, it's because, I can't afford it because, I got kids. You downsize your life. Because if the kids turn a certain age, and I've seen this numerous times where single mothers live above their means when they have kids, and then they downsize their life after, you know, because they couldn't afford it in the first place, you know. And what I mean by that is, you got one kid, but you got a 3-bedroom apartment. So now you get down to a 1-bedroom apartment. You know what I'm saying? Now we playing that game. You know, you had a house that had 3, 4, 5 bedrooms. You know, the kid graduate, go to college. You're not getting child support for that kid. You know, so now I gotta. What's up, L? Now I gotta pull this stuff where I gotta sell a house. Maybe I could take in a roommate or something. Maybe I could make it an Airbnb or something like that. It's like, man, it's stupid. You know. So for me, yeah, I feel that, champ. Um, so bills is one thing. How can I say this properly? Because I just lost the train of thought. I was thinking about it. The second part, in a sense, is people will act, the reason why it's a hard conversation, the second part is child support can last after the kid is a certain age. So if the kid turns 18 and there's back child support being paid, that 18, 19, that 19, 20, 21, 22, 23-year-old is not going to get that money. See what I'm saying? What's up, Ship? That was a long time ago. I feel you. So now you got kids in college. Moms receiving child support. Kid don't get it. Kid ain't in the house. But, so it ain't, so now the kid ain't eating up your food or running up your electricity or drinking all your water or, eating up, or asking you for clothes and shoes and asking you for money to go out. That's not even happening. So now this kid's grown and back child support is coming to you, but guess what? You're not gonna send it to the kid. You grown. That kid is grown. Well, you grown too. So why are you cashing these checks? Some people will say they earn the money, and some people play the game where, how can I put this? A guy's on back child support because, he didn't pay in the beginning, or he just was, he was a financial deadbeat in a sense, or a deadbeat in a sense, or the guy was actually taking care of the kid, and she waited 5, 10 years down the line to put him on child support, and then she says, I didn't never receive nothing. So now he's paying child support, for the 8 plus interest, for the last 8 plus interest rather. And it's a way to on the back end put a little extra money in your pocket. So this is why I said the kids don't receive any of this money. And then people go around as if this doesn't happen, but then when it happens, it's just like, oh well, that's well, see, she's a mother. I don't. So being a mother is an excuse to, that's a valid excuse to be a thief now. That's a valid excuse for embezzlement. That's a valid excuse for misappropriation of funds. That's it. So, part of this thing that goes on is, if you're gonna use this money for everything else, and the kid, and a lot of times when these kids are, like I said, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and you still collecting back child support, this is a time where they might need that money. They're out on their own for the first time. They're broke. That extra little money could actually help them. That can actually pay a light bill, put some food in their stomach, put some gas in their car. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it doesn't matter. Let that kid be grown and let them go suffer. You know, I did my time. Did you really, though? Because we don't talk about the fallouts, because there are a lot of young adults and adults who can vouch for what I'm saying, but by simply saying, yeah, my mama got child support, but I never saw it. I never saw it. Never. And when people say never, you got to understand what people are saying. They're saying it's 12 months in a year. They've been with mom, you know, 10, 5, 10, 15, 18 years. And from their own recollection, it's like, it was popping. What's going on, Omega? Like water. He's like water. So the kids know, like, I always asked for stuff, I couldn't get it. I needed stuff, I didn't get it. Matter of fact, I would call my dad, or I'd call my granddad or my grandma on both sides to get, I need help with this, I need help with that, X, Y, and Z. I'm over here struggling now. It's like, yeah, it becomes problematic. I said, look, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that part too. You know, yeah, it's a big issue, Rita. Because, like I said, when they're adults and you paying back child support, you still don't see it. Got your name on it, you should be the lead, you old enough to get it. And this is how messed up it is. For the people who wind up being over 18 and the father still paying back child support, from this particular point, you stealing from an adult. This is basically grand larceny. Grand theft. Because now the kid 18, but you signing checks for the checks coming in your name, but it's from somebody else, but got my name on them, which shows you the lack of morals that you have as an individual. It's not quality communication to because I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into that a little later, but I'm gonna fast forward. What's up, Bo? One of the reasons why kids never see child support money is medical bills. See, the irony of this is there are a lot of lies being told. Oh, you went to the doctor, I had to pay your medical bill. 9 times out of 10, a kid if matter of fact, 10 times out of 10, if a kid, if a man is on child support, he's also paying all, if not the bulk, the vast majority of medical insurance or dental insurance. So dental, vision, that's outside of the designated amount of money. That's on, the designated amount of money is that, and then you got the insurance on top. The reason I'm saying that is because what? A mother will take the kid to the doctor, to the dentist, and knowing that their kid is on insurance, use the insurance, and then lie to that doggone kid. Like, I've been paying your dental bills and your medical bills because it's this amount of dollars. So now the kid's thinking, okay, so it costs $1,200 to get, to get this, I got a root canal, I got some braces that cost $4,000-$5,000. The conversation it depends. The conversation varies. But it costs this amount of money. And now, the kid is like, okay, well, my mama do owe $1,200 because I went to the doctor or the dentist. You know, maybe on another video, Rita. How about let me finish this one? You feel me? Let's just change the whole subject for me right now. Fuck what you talking about, huh? Fuck what you might as well type that out. Fuck what you talking about. Tell me what I want to know right now. But this is part of the issue. I got you. But this is where it goes. So now you got a kid thinking, like I said before, that they, okay, well, my mom got to spend $3,000-$4,000 for braces. My mom got to spend $1,000 for the doctor. Oh, she ain't got no money. No, that's a lie. She's paying a copay. She's paying a copay. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, okay, say, certain medical bills or dental bills, it can wind up, say a root canal could cost you, even with insurance, like $900. You know what I'm saying? But kids ain't getting root canals. Kids normally, all you need is a freaking cleaning, and every now and then you get braces. But you don't take them to the dentist, but you don't take them to the doctor like that either. Doctor bills come. Keep taking them to the doctor. Keep taking them to the doctor. Keep taking them to the doctor. And then when they really need to go, then you say, oh, I ain't got no money because of medical bills. See, I will tell you another thing, though. There's certain mothers out here who use medical insurance so much that at a certain point they stop your claim and make you pay for it because you're playing. That does happen too, though. Because, oh, I went to the doctor, the kid sneezed, and it was too much of a sneeze. You keep going to the doctor for frivolous stuff, they're going to say, you know what, you paying for this. You paying for this. You going to cover this on your own because this is unnecessary. And it stops that. But then what winds up happening is, oh, you take that out on the kid. Since it's not, quote unquote, covered like that, kid got to, they got to, quote unquote, come out of your blah, 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 blah. Now, Rita, I'm going to talk specifically about what you said about communication. I'm going to show you something. This is why most kids don't see any child support money. Most mothers don't even, I'm not going to say all, but the vast majority of mothers do not tell their children how much they're getting a month in child support. You don't hear mama say, okay, well, they're sending this amount of money for you a month. So from out of this, I'm gonna use, it's no adult it's no conversation. It's just, for this amount of money, I'm gonna use this for this. I'm gonna use this for that. You know what I'm saying? Man, I see that, man. I'm gonna use this for that, and this is your monthly allowance. Kids don't even have these parents, a lot of times these mothers don't even, the kids want an allowance. They don't even get a consistent monthly allowance, even though they're, quote unquote, they get child support. Why would a mother talk to children about living expenses? Because money is for their living expenses. This is part of the hustle. This is part of, if somebody's sending a kid money every month, and you say, I ain't got to talk to no child about this money, I'm being serious too. The kid's getting $600, $800, $1,000 coming to them a month. And I ain't got to talk to no child. That's a child. Oh, really? Because I'm going to tell you how most children find out how much money is being sent every month. They dad get tired of it and tell them. Look, I'm sending this amount of money for you every month. You should have this, and this. You shouldn't have to keep calling me, asking me for stuff when I'm sending this amount of money every month. Oh, you used to work for the state. You should know this already, Rita. But this is how most kids find out. They don't find out because their mother say, okay, look, You know, I'm gonna put this money is gonna be this money that I'm gonna use. This money is gonna be for you, for your allowance. This money is for your expenses, and this money right here is gonna be for saving. You know, that's dope, Mega. You know, because vast majority, I only met one woman in my entire life who got child support and put that money in an account for a kid, and she lived better than most single mothers I ever met. She had a nice 4-bedroom house. She had a job working in the medical field. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't a nurse, she wasn't a doctor, she was just working, working in the hospital. And she like, this is the money I'll make, this is the money blah blah blah. This is the money for my kid. She separated the two funds. She's the only woman in my life I've ever seen do that. And she lived way better than every other woman I've seen who received child support. Because she made a distinction. This is what I'm gonna get, in life, and this is, and this is gonna be for my kid. But this is why I say most kids don't receive that money because they don't even know what they're getting. Now, in that scenario, that kid knew what he was getting a month. He knew. It went to his bank account. Now his mom had she would give him his debit card when he needed it because he was like, he's a kid, he's a teenager at the time. She's like, you're not just gonna go to the bank and just be getting money just for, just because I got money purposes. She made sure his money actually stacked and grew. So if it was needed for something important, it was already there. It was already taken care of. But like I said, most kids don't even know. They don't know. You know, and when I'm saying kids, I'm saying it loosely because if a kid was 13 to 18, they still don't tell them. They're pretty cognizant about money, even by about 11, 12. But from 13 to 18, you're not telling them. Kids are going to high school and then they trying to, I want to be grown. And sometimes they used to have home economics and balance in a checkbook and all of those quote unquote life skills. The kids can't even learn how to do that with their own money. It becomes a problem. So most kids do not have never seen child support used on them. What's up, Charles? They haven't seen it. They have not seen it. And then the irony of it is, I hate to say this, if you're stealing from a kid every month, you're gonna say you're a good parent. That's just like writing the Constitution saying all men are created equal. No, it's not. That's not real. It's not reality. So I appreciate it, y'all. I was cracking up. But that's that's way too much, and that sucks, fam. I'm sorry, because I know I've seen it when guys pay like super high figures, and the kids really, I will say this: if a guy pays an exorbitant amount of child support, I hate to say this. What's up, Super? But third world was popping. But if you have multiple kids, from what I've seen, either the oldest kid or the favorite kid, like somebody's gonna get screwed. One of them, if it's 2 or 3 kids, one of them getting screwed royally. One of them gonna get, one of them gonna get a fly car, one of them gonna get no car. One of them gonna get to do all kinds of things. Another one gonna get to do nothing. Nothing. This is how, I've seen it happen. Like, I've seen kids like, this kid gets something brand new, and then when they get a certain age, they're like, okay, well, I'm gonna get taken care of too. It's like, I'm gonna get taken care of too, and that kid's like, wait, if they got this and I got this, what's up? Yeah, I get that, but even with black men, Alfonso, if you watch Judge Joe Brown, or the real Dana, she has Judge Joe Brown on all the time, and Judge Joe Brown has said it numerous times on his show. You know who pays child support the most consistently, out of any group is black men. And it's been that for from what he said is definite, not definite, but for decades. For decades. Man, Damon, for decades. So no matter if it's 40,000 or 400,000, black men are known to take that. They make sure they financially take care of their kids better than any other group if put in this situation. So, that always goes over people's heads, you know. So, like I said, that's another problem. I would add to that problem why most kids don't see money from child support, because ironically, I've seen far too many mothers who were single, not wives, at some point say that's a man's responsibility. And what I mean by that is, I ain't got it, ask your father. I ain't got the money, ask your father. Why don't you call your dad and ask him for that? I've heard kids have conversations with other kids. Oh, you ain't got nothing? Maybe if you call your daddy will get it for you. While all the kids know that the dad's already sending money. You know what I'm saying? So it becomes a weird dynamic where everybody knows, yeah, yeah, Obama be on that thing, man. He was on that thing, but everybody knows, even children know, oh, if you want this, you want that, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. So now you're putting these guys in a bad spot. So the kids don't receive things because now you put them in a situation where at a certain age, like I said prior, a dad will tell you, look, I'm sending this amount of money, so now I got to send you this on top of this. So what are we doing here? And what I mean by that is this, the part of he a man, because this was a point that was brought up in that video, and I brought this point up, and I even put it in the book. For whatever time a father is with their child, like, if you're a non-custodial parent, right? So normally that's you get about, depending on the state, 3 to 4 months with your kid in a year. Because see, people think about, the summer, but depends on the summer. Like sometimes it's the whole summer, sometimes it's 6 weeks, depending on the state. But then you also get the holidays, you get a week for Christmas, you get the, a alternating week of Thanksgiving, you get spring break, that type of thing. So if you do all of those and you put them together, you can wind up, anywhere from 3 to 4 months out the year. You know what I mean? But here's where the problem goes wrong. These kids don't see the money because when these kids are with their dad is still paying child support. And 90 to 100% of women who receive child support during that time when dad's not there, when the kid is with dad, they don't never send that money back. They pocket that money too. So literally, you're not using the money on the kid when the kid is there. When the kid is gone, you're not using money on the kid anyways, and you're not sending it, and that money is not to be used on the kid anyway. So now you got a guy taking with a kid in the house, with their kid in the house, paying child support out the house, taking, and paying all the things that their kid needs while they're there. Rogue, man, appreciate you, fam. Yeah, I did Texas. I know. So now we play this game. So the irony of it is, over time, and see, this is what I mean by people, the narrative of dads, has been slowly changing, but it's gonna drastically change at a point because of stuff like this. Because people are gonna remember, like, man, when I was with my dad, and I was kicking it there in the summer. We did all the things we needed to do. blah, blah, blah. He was sending money to my mama. I went back home. I had clothes. I had shoes. I learned. I got an education. I had some life experiences. I did some things. I saw some places. And then when I got back to be with my mama, she was broke. So she say. So she say. So she broke while I'm there. She broke while I'm gone. She broke when I get back. But my dad could do all of these things for me that my mom's not doing for me when I'm with her on a regular basis. But my dad can do it while he's paying my mama child support. But my mom can't do it while she's receiving child support. You get what I'm saying? So it becomes problematic. Hella problematic. You know. Well, I mean, one of the things I can say, you know, I'll get into that another occasion. What's up? What's up, y'all? So that becomes a whole nother issue. For the carnival. Hey man, I had a kid and I'm kind of my bad. Somebody is calling because I ain't feel like getting on my computer, so excuse me for that. But now, one of the other things about, you know, most of these kids never see it. I hated this. I hated this. To this day, I still hate it. I'm glad that it didn't happen. You know, I'll get to that. I'll get to that, Rita. You know, I'll get to that one. But this is one of the things I hated the most. I can tell who's been spending child support frivolously and on the wrong stuff by the time the kids get 18, because those are normally the parents that try to throw a huge ass prom. They just go all out for prom. Oh, this is just, it's gonna be, you only got prom once. No. You trying to get over. You know, that's what this is about. You trying to, oh, I'm gonna rent you a nice car, we're gonna buy you a suit, or we're gonna get you the flyest dress ever. We're gonna, oh, I'm gonna just ball all, they ball all out for prom. But everything prior to prom, it was broke. You know, I see it all. When I see it, I'm like, I know who you are. I know exactly who you are. That kid been struggling for over a decade with you, but now all of a sudden you could just pull out all the stops. So now, you know, which prime what prime is, in my opinion, is the cash out to say I did something for you before I kick you out. That's what that is. That's what that is to me. Because I'm like, you know, because then prom, then graduation, and then, yeah, my baby. And then if that's the end of it, that last child support check, you my baby. I did everything I could for you. No. Yeah, you know. So, you know, so now I'm gonna get to you what you asked Rita a minute ago. How do fathers think child support should be used? Simple. Simply put, on the kids. Most fathers don't have a problem. Most fathers are like this. Spend what's needed on the kid monthly. Whatever you got, you know, put some in the savings for the kid, or do whatever, and you know, put a little away for the kid, and then do whatever you want to do with the rest of it. You know, that's how most fathers look at how child support should be handled. With the kid needs first. After their needs are done, put a little away for them financially, and do it whatever. Guys don't care. You know, if it only take you, because a lot of mothers play this game where, you know, child support ain't enough. It ain't enough from birth to 5. From birth, like when a kid's born and if they got to go to daycare. If you got a kid and that kid got to go to daycare to pre-K, child support normally is not enough. Normally. Because everybody's not rich. Now, if somebody's sending say, I would say 800 up, it should cover the difference. Depending on the state, city, it could be 600-700 up, because y'all will be splitting the difference of a daycare, depending on how you look at it. But when you add formula, clothes, diapers, then it becomes problematic. But nobody's living, but once that kid goes 5 and they go to kindergarten, nobody, now you just, from 5 to 18, that 13 years, that 13 years right there. Oh, I don't, it's not enough. No, you lying now. You are completely lying now. This is why I'm saying, this is why most kids know they don't receive child support. Like, let me just be hardcore about what I'm about to say. You know how most kids know that they're never going to receive child support? Because their mother normally makes big purchases. See, child support becomes her car note. See, y'all, nobody wants to talk about how many cars single mothers run through in an 18-year period. She done had 18 years that went by, and she done had 5-6 cars. 4, 5, 6 cars. Nobody asked how many phones she done had in 18 years. She had to have I gotta have a new iPhone, I gotta have a new, oh my God, the new Galaxy came out and I dropped it and I broke it and I didn't have insurance and I had to get another one, I had to get a Bluetooth to the new Bluetooth, What kind of car, man, right, they ain't nice car. This is what happens. This is normally what happens. You saying it's 20%? Yeah, it depends on what kind of 20% you're talking about. Because you got to take into consideration, here's what most men crack up about the mismanagement of money. Women are getting child support that is not taxed. And they used to be getting an earned income tax credit with their taxes. So they're getting paid at the end of they getting, and most single moms file their taxes. They get that last last paycheck, and that's their W-2s, and then they file it and be foolish and get it back early and have to pay the fee and blah, 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 and then still be broke. Do you know how many times kids have wound up with nothing, even after mom got her quote unquote, what you call that? Man, your mom was a real one, Alfonso. After they got their quote unquote income tax, all of a sudden she buying furniture. She get putting a down payment on the car. She took a trip somewhere. It's like, wait a minute. I need a vacation. I need another vacation. Oh, I need, spending on alcohol, spending on weed. Crazy. I need the new. Okay. Kids realize, because kids can look at it. Mom's living above her means, and, why she got another car? Why she got another car? Damn. Now she going out to eat every day. Because, see, we don't talk about, these kids, so many, and see, this is what, no, it's not when the father's hands off. Rita, what I'm talking about is when fathers are hands on. When fathers are see, you can't control, no matter how you slice it. Once that money once a mother receives that money, hands-on fathers and hands-off fathers have the same amount of input. And the kids suffer exactly the same. You can hey, don't do that. Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. When a father and a mother get into it about finances, 90+% of the time, that mother's going to say something like, well, you should pay for it then. That's their, MO. Pay for it. Well, I already paid for it. I already paid for it. Well, no, that money went to something else. See, I'm about to take this somewhere so you can understand what I'm talking about for real, reader. That's why it says hard conversations. There are a lot of kids who know they don't receive child support because their mother had multiple kids with multiple men. Maybe it could be 2, 3, 4 of them, but all the men don't pay child support. Mama like a certain dude, he ain't gotta pay. Mama just think this dude, he just a deadbeat, he ain't got it. I'm not even gonna mess, he don't make no money, blah, blah, blah. So guess what happened? If it's 3 kids and one of them daddy don't pay child support, guess what? She split, those 2 different dads, child support money is going to the 3rd kid. If it's 2 and 2, guess what? So now, guys, if a woman winds up having multiple kids, if a woman winds up having multiple kids by multiple men, she's gonna act like the child support goes to all the kids. You get what I'm saying? Which is really a hustle in itself and is an excuse in itself because that other kid ain't gonna get taken care of nowhere neither. You know. Just because of poverty, the poverty line is 12,000. Like, Rita, if you work for the state, your common sense should know this by now. Just because the poverty line is 12,000, even if you're looking at the quote unquote hood rat baby mama, she is not paying full rent. She's paying Section 8. She is not paying full groceries. She's getting food stamps. So guess what? All she got is utilities, car, and phone. In real life, even those women, and the poverty line, and those women purposely stay in the poverty line because if and I guess you ain't a parent, reader, by the way you asking the questions. I'm gonna say if you go to any school, the school can tell you what the Section 8 poverty line is, where you can get on and where you can stop giving government assistance. If you have one kid, it's this. If you can only make this. If you have 2, you can only make this. If you can only make 3, I got you. Used to, I got you. If you got 3 kids, you can make this. If you got 4, you can make this. So there are people who purposely, say if it was 42,000, right, for a single mother of 2. There are women who purposely make 41 and under. Oh, I can't. So, and if she make 30, 40, think about that. Think about if you got a neighbor, if you live in an apartment complex or a townhome, and you got a 2-bedroom, and your 2-bedroom run you about 1,500. She got the same 2-bedroom, run her a few $100. See the problem with that? And y'all making roughly the same amount of money. Y'all making roughly the same amount of money, but and then she getting free food out the deal. You only one who's in the budget, who's got a budget is you. But so the kids start picking up on this stuff. No, because see, I know one of the hard things to deal with is the idea. There are a lot of mothers who do not want. No, she's not a troll. Nobody. There are a lot of mothers who do not want their children to have a relationship with their father. They fight tooth and nail against it. So it ain't that guys are like you. This happened so many years, and this is how bad it is as part of a norm. If you see a single mother and she don't live in the same city or state as her children's father, and you find out her children's father ain't like locked up or in jail, she did that to get away, to make sure them kids don't be with their dad. People, I want to get it better, I want to live better, and blah, blah. Because under any circumstance, that would be a bad move. You know, under any circumstance, that would be a bad move. Now, getting back to how the kids understand, like, I ain't getting nothing out of this, is, how can I say this? These kids figure it out because most kids have friends who are in the same situation, and and they can justify their situation, like, oh, blah 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 blah. My dad is this, my mom is this. This is what's going on. I don't have the things I need, but I can figure it out, because you got a lot of young kids trying to figure out how they can make ends meet while receiving child support. Like, there are a lot of kids who gave up on the fact that they're gonna get financial help or backing from their moms. They don't get paid for their chores, so now they get side hustles. They young getting side hustles, trying to do anything to bring in, some type of money so they can have lunch money or money for clothes or money for school supplies. And then you start looking at it like, oh, okay. Okay. And then the kids start seeing their friends having the same issue. And then they're like, wait, so this is going on with you too? And then you have the kids who are raised with both of their parents, or their dad, and mom are not so much at each other that they spend a lot of time with their dad. And now they looking at it like, these kids are more stable. Yeah, I could see that, D. Scott. I could see that. I could definitely see that, not having custody and a woman not having custody and still getting paid. I definitely see that. So the kids learn this because they get older. And this is where it hits home, was when kids hit a certain age and they realize, they start tallying it up like, wait, because it's time to go to college. See, nobody asks this question. When it's time to go to college, why are so many kids needing full financial aid? Full financial aid. They can't even make it a semester. They can't even make it a semester. You ain't even got them a semester's worth of money. Where's the money going? And I say this for a reason. In some states, child support doesn't stop at 18. It stops at 19. In some states, child support doesn't stop at 18. It stops at 20 if the kid goes to college. So when the kids go to college, the child support ain't even being used for tuition. And the child ain't getting the child support. So this is how these kids know, wait. Because see, earlier when I was talking about when people have to pay back child support, that's one thing. When people extend it and the kids still don't have it, imagine how many kids are going to school and say, they're in-state students. Colleges, maybe for an in-state student, it could, depending on the college, it can be anywhere from $6,000 a year to $12,000 a year, right? That kid is receiving that money in child support and still winds up with 4 years worth of student loan debt because can't put that money nowhere. Where the money go? Comment. They start figuring out, like, wait, what? I could have, This is why you're gonna see less and less. Part of the reason why you see, and for people to understand what I'm saying, there's a difference between the genders of male and female. Because there are more programs for women in the school environment, they can get more help. But on top of that, mothers are quick to cut off sons who are doing the right thing. See, if a daughter's doing the right thing, they gonna kind of get into it, but the family might just rally together and help out baby girl. But if the son is doing the right thing, ain't nobody gonna rally around that kid. He gonna be, you a grown man now. Okay. So now these kids are, when they're younger, they're forced to hit the trades or the military or the workforce early. Early. Having a job while they're in school, dropping out, blah, blah, blah. So this is where things go. And this how, the kids know, okay, this ain't being used on me. I ain't seeing none of this. And then, to add insult to injury, and I had to look away because this is going to be ugly, what I'm about to say. Kids know child support ain't being used on them when they get grown. When they're if you got siblings, you the grown sibling, looking at your other sibling, and you wind up paying for your other siblings' clothes, shoes, and food. You wind up being grown on your own, taking care of yourself, realizing your mama's receiving child support, and you're like, you know what? My little brother or sister ain't gonna. You know what? Let me go take them to get a haircut or their hair done. Let me go get them some school clothes. Let me go get, because I done seen this story so many times. Mama ain't gonna do it. Mama got the money to do it. She ain't gonna do it. She ain't doing it with me. She ain't doing it with them. It's the same process. And I've seen a lot of single mothers who play this game where they'll let their children take the financial responsibility of taking care of the kids when they're grown, or letting their kids be babysitters to the kids. See, don't even pay the kid for babysitting. That's just that's just your chore, Ooh, I'm sorry, Rita. This is where it goes. My bad, dialed up. So this is how far it goes, and the kids are like, okay, mama, okay, you're not gonna do nothing, huh? Nothing. Makes sense. And then the kids start growing up like, okay, I didn't have a father in my life, and then the kids looking like, mama, what did you do with all that money? It ain't none of your business. And see, this is where everything hits a real turn for the worse. When them kids start having kids, and they either wind up paying child support or receiving child support, mama gonna get it. She gonna get it. She gonna, because now they looking at it like, well, I'm gonna do this for my kid. I can't. You wouldn't even do this for me. Oh, okay. You ain't got the. You don't care like that. A lot of people, skip over that, like, because I hear more adults say, oh man, I ain't never, like, if you pool a bunch of adults who were raised by a single parent, I would bet that over 85% of them would say, yeah, I didn't see none of that money. Nothing. I didn't see that. I had to do this, I had to do that. I didn't see that money. Every month, I didn't see that money. I don't even know. I would say 85% will say they never seen it, and over 90% will say something like, I already knew I wasn't gonna see it. I already knew, it wasn't coming my way. I already knew. I knew not to ask for nothing. I knew not to ask for nothing. Hey, exactly, young Jay. But I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm at 44 minutes. Wait, I just keep hearing about child support. Just pay it and ask God to bless it. No, that's retarded. Matter of fact, Rita, I'm gonna stay on for a second. Ask something that you was trying to ask since you didn't understand where we was going at certain points. Because I'm done now. You ask what you want to ask. I'm gonna respond to that, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Because God ain't got nothing to do with people's child support. God ain't got nothing to do with with theft. God ain't got nothing to do with using people. God ain't got nothing to do with playing people. This ain't, because, we'll mess around. God bless the child as God his own. What? Why all these kids got it on? Oh, see, shenanigans. But that's what it is. That's straight up what it is now. I got you, D. Scott. Well, forget it. I'm gonna bounce then. Catch y'all on the next time.